कवच के बारे में भी मैं आप लोगों को सबको समझाना चाहूंगी कि सबसे पहली चीज जो कि वी शुड बी प्राउड ऑफ कि ये एक इंडिजिनस डेवलपमेंट है। ये भारत का अपना बनाया हुआ सिस्टम है जो कि एक एंटी कोलिजन सिस्टम है। वी आर वेरी वेरी प्राउड ऑफ दिस एंड वी होप दैट टुमारो वी विल बी एबल टू एक्सपोर्ट इट टू द रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। पहली चीज। दूसरी चीज, चूंकि ये एक इंडिजिनस सिस्टम है और ये सेफ्टी रिलेटेड है और ये ट्रेन्स की सेफ्टी जिसमें कि लोग आते जाते हैं, माल आता जाता है, इसलिए इसकी टेस्टिंग बहुत रिगरस होती है। इसमें हमने हर तरह की टेस्टिंग करी है और जब हम लोग इससे सेटिस्फाई हो गए कि ये बिल्कुल ठीक है और खरा है और ये सेफ है, इसमें इस लेवल की टेस्टिंग की गई कि मंत्री जी खुद उसमें ट्रेन में चले और दूसरे डायरेक्शन से एक और ट्रेन लाई गई और ये चला के देखा गया कि फुल स्पीड पे भी गाड़ी पे ब्रेक लगता है। सो दैट इज द लेवल ऑफ टेस्टिंग वी हैव डन, दैट इज द लेवल ऑफ इन्वॉल्वमेंट दैट हैज बीन देयर एट इवन द टॉप मोस्ट लेवल। After we were satisfied that this is now a technology that we can proliferate all over the country, then let me explain that what does it involve. It involves putting these devices all along every single track of Indian Railways. And I hope you people know how many kilometers of track does Indian Railway have. Okay, so physically putting these devices along the track is going to take some time. We need some time. Secondly, every single locomotive has to be equipped to read the signals from those devices. So we own more than 8,000 locomotives which are running. Every single locomotive has to be equipped with this equipment. Fourthly, it costs money. So what has been done? Because we know that this is a device that we need on top priority to make safe rail journeys safe, it has been sanctioned as a priority work on Indian Railways. The money has been sanctioned and it has been made available in the budget. Kitna amount hai? Can we share the amount?
13,000 crore for 34,000 route kilometers.
So first we decided that we will identify priority high speed sections, and for that alone more than 13,000 crore has been sanctioned for proliferation. Then comes the question of having the production capacity to produce this indigenously. As I have explained it to you, this is an indigenous development and we are very very proud of it. So to have that kind of equipment production capacity in our own country, we need a little more time. So our vendors are not in position, our production units, our producers, our market, our industry is gearing up to produce and supply as much as Indian Railway needs. So that will also take a little while. So Kavach is there, it is on a rollout. Everything to make sure that it is rolled out at the fastest pace possible is there, but you must understand the quantum of the work involved and the quantum of the money needed and the way the industry is supposed to respond and react and generate the equipment that is required to be placed in all along the track and on the locomotives. Then what does Kavach do? In this particular situation, what could have Kavach done? Had Kavach been here, it would have been on the locomotive, it would have been on the track. Now from what we understand what happened, this locomotive, even if it went on a wrong route and it found that the track ahead was occupied, it had only barely maybe 100 meters to go before that obstruction was to come. So even if the Kavach would have applied brakes on detecting that the route ahead is obstructed, it for a train moving at 130 kmph, the braking distance is about 600 meters. So it went and it would have gone and hit a 100-meter obstruction. It is expected that it will understand the obstruction at a sufficient distance. But in this particular case, because the route was set for the main line which was not obstructed, the system would not have reacted to it because it would not have got the input that there is an obstruction ahead. Only after it was about to hit that it could have reacted, there is an obstruction straight ahead by a visual mechanism. So in this particular scenario where the reaction time was so short and the distance was so short and the speed was so high, it was just a question of a few seconds before it went and hit an obstruction. If it went and hit an obstruction.
Let me ask two questions.
one per person, please.
एक तो AC से related है.
हाँ तो बस सप्लीमेंट्री पूछ लीजिए बस बताइए.
First, ma'am, are you suggesting that even if there was Kavach, the accident couldn't have been averted? A, and B, ma'am, you are saying that prima facie you are finding no defect in the logic of signals, but then you are also saying that prima facie you are finding some signaling issue. If you can, simplify.
I'll try and simplify that. See, in Kavach, I would like to qualify that remark of yours that in this case, where the route ahead was clearly unobstructed, Kavach would have also followed that logic and not applied the brakes. However, if suddenly, supposing a boulder drops, okay, right in front of the train, then I'm sorry, even Kavach will not be effective. It is something like that. So that if an obstruction happens suddenly in front of a moving train which is moving at a distance speed of 130 kmph, then I don't think there is any technology in the world which can prevent this kind of a situation. So it is something like a rock dropping suddenly in front of a very fast moving object. So that is the reason. Otherwise, let me again confirm to you that in a normal scenario where the way trains are supposed to move, Kavach is an excellent anti-collision device, and it will prevent two trains to come and hit each other if they are moving on the same track. Signaling issue. See, electronic interlocking is a logic. It is a computer-based logic, and every movement, how to keep it safe, is a very, very complex logic, and these computerized systems are meant to ensure that a fail-safe movement of trains across a complex layout also is there. And computers are, you people understand what computers are capable of doing. They have taken us all over even to Mars. So this is a simple thing for them. But that is the kind of logic that is inbuilt into this. Let me complete, please. I have some more to say. So the electronic interlocking, there is no issue with that. However, what we have found is that there is probability of some kind of a signaling, not even, I wouldn't even call it a failure, a signaling interference. Some kind of an interference has been there, whether it was manual, whether it was incidental, whether it was weather related, whether it was wear and tear related, whether it was a maintenance failure, all that is going to come out only after the inquiry.